no.
Keep that in mind.
Thank you for that.
Because we were like, so what?
I think this week has been one of the hardest weeks that I've had to live through. Just I was silent crying Thursday in a grocery store packed with people with empty shelves, and it looked like the apocalypse.
Oh yeah,
and it felt like the apocalypse.
We're
and
eating
it was
like
very
it's the
scary.
apocalypse. Like Anthony and I bought we're like, how much like rice, beans, and like spaghetti and like canned goods can we have?
You guys, they took all the fucking potatoes.
I know. I got potatoes because I saw that they were starting to dwindle, and I was like, I got like 5
There were
potatoes.
no potatoes, and
You're devastated.
I am. That's what made me cry, because I was just like, I can live off of. I have lived off of baked potatoes for like months, and I was just like,
You know what? I have to say, for people who have been really poor before, it's like,
I know.
It's like, oh, bitches, we know already how to live. Like, we're fine. I was like, get ramen, get eggs.
Exactly.
Get
I'm like, I know what the fuck to do with ramen, where it tastes like, give me a fucking
put
70
a fried
cent.
egg on there.
Oh my god! I got all the fucking fancy, like I can put a little touch of fish sauce.
Yeah, you got some
there.
sriracha. I got hoisin sauce
green
at
onions.
home. Come on,
Ooh.
get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
I know. I was like chili. I was like, get yourself some ground beef. I had to get the ground beef log because there wasn't like other kind.
That's it. That's all there was.
I was like, I'm gonna get this 3-pound ground beef log, and I'm like, what can I do with 3 pounds ground beef? I'm like, we are making spaghetti with meat sauce. We are making chili.
Yep. Yeah, it's just, dude. I'm doing my best to just try to be calm and kind to people, because like
I was shocked at the grocery store. We went yesterday, and it was only because we truly needed our week's worth of groceries. I was shocked. It looked like a tornado hit.
Right.
The place was a fucking madhouse, and it was crazy. And people were like, "Oh, excuse me.
Yes.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh,
I think people are trying.
Yeah.
I keep seeing a lot of people posting about people being like nasty to each other, but I haven't seen that.
Not at
Whenever
all.
I'm at the grocery store, I try and go out of my way. I actually thought that I should pick up like something to give to the workers right now, because they're working super hard, and so I'm trying to be very kind to my checkout people, because I'm like, you are dealing, first of all, you're having to interact with all of these people during a pandemic, and secondly, like, you're dealing with just hysterical people all day, and that has to be not only physically draining but also psychologically draining.
One of the things we posted from work that I thought was the most important was coping with stress, because it's like, it's not just like washing your hands. It's like we are being so barraged with, like, on a scale of 1 to 10, like a 422, with like the amount of just vitriol and fear and panic and stuff, and that wears on your body. Like,
can we also talk about how difficult this is going to be for the extroverts? I need to have a conversation about it, because already I'm like,
same.
I'm like itching. I'm like itching to go out. I'm like, this social distancing thing, and I deal with stress sometimes about, like, sometimes how I deal with it is like going out, and I'm like, we're not supposed to be doing that, and like that's all I want to do.
I've been practicing social distancing my whole life.
Like,
I am
nailing it.
Be ready. But yeah, no, I do feel you. Like, there are there's so much conflicting information about what you can and should do or shouldn't be doing.
Right, because right now I'm actually feeling fine. Like, if I were to be like, hey, let's go get a drink at a bar tonight, I would feel okay about it. But Anthony, on the other hand, is like, bunker down, never go out, lock your doors.
Right.
And I'm like,
lock your doors.
but
I know.
Yeah.
But if we're going to have to be inside for a month, can we please have like one last
hurrah?
Right.
Because as much as I love just vegging, Netflix and chilling on the couch, I'm like, I can only do that for so long before I feel like I'm going to lose my mind.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. And we've gotten so fucking lucky that, we're not, under lock and key just yet, there's not been that many cases, My heart goes out also to a lot of people right now who...
Do you guys want to come over tonight to play games or something? Because
if I'm off,
dying. I am dying for some interaction. Even if it's just in each other's homes.
I agree.
Please.
Yeah, something.
Please. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No.
But your heart goes out to
just like everybody right now that's affected. I feel like this is something that we're all as a nation like having to deal with. I hope that you hunker down with us in this time and our amazing back catalog of hilarity.
If your friends are bored, recommend the podcast. Maybe they'll give them something to do when they're sitting at home cleaning their house, scrubbing their house down with Clorox.
I know. Speaking of, I've got to clean my house.
I do too, actually. I was like really looking at my kitchen and I was like, man, I really should. Luckily, Anthony... I didn't have to face this like, oh my God, nobody can buy cleaning products. There's no like Clorox wipes because I was just like, we already had Clorox wipes in the house.
With toilet paper.
Toilet paper, we were running low. And so I legit, we bought tissue.
Do you want to take a roll with you?
We bought tissue and paper at first.
I'm good.
You know what? We should have a toilet paper party. Everyone who has it should bring one roll to give to our friends who don't.
Right.
But we were legitimately just low because we were low. Because usually we buy like a big thing and we'll have it for a while. And we were on the end of that. And so I was like, okay, we actually just need toilet paper because we need it. Like not because we're trying to hoard it for whatever insane reason. Right. It makes no sense.
It's scarcity. It's a scarcity mentality. Is like people started buying it. And so then other people couldn't get it. And even though they don't need it, they're like, but there must be a reason it's scarce and I don't want to have to go without, so I need it too.
But that to me is it's the weirdest thing for people to be like bulking up on, because if it was like food or soap or like hand sanitizer, I'd be like, okay, those things I understand because I'm like, we've been bombarded about like washing our hands. So maybe people want to make sure they still have soap. We need to eat. That's a must. So I'm like, I get that. But toilet paper, I'm like, y'all, look, there are other, not that it's ideal, but it's not like your world's going to end. Oh no.
You're not going to die from that.
Yeah.
Cassie just coughed and I'm like, excuse me, bitch.
And so
like, I'm looking at you.
I haven't eaten at all today, so I'm eating a beef stick and
the pepper. Gotcha.
Got you.
Gotcha in the throat.
Well, I am enjoying this White Claw right now. This I am recording right now is the first day after 30 days. And I want to give a shout out to everybody that was so supportive and so incredible, and everyone that's on their own journey. I'm figuring out what it's going to be for me moving forward. I do think that it's going to be a very different relationship. I'm not keeping it in my house, which I think works for me, but special shout out to Elena, who actually is one of our patrons that gave me this really, really beautiful bracelet. She does bee wraps, and check her out. She was so sweet, the best card ever. She has a really, really cool, unique approach to sober curious and people that might be experimenting with it. So for everyone, I just wanted a quick, again, thank you. And just very lucky, but definitely enjoying a White Claw as the apocalypse is happening, I guess.
Honestly,
right now.
I feel like I should go get a case of White Claws just to keep in my house, like bunker down with.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah,
but we're so proud of you, Christina, because like it is hard to do, especially like we are a very social group, and I'm incredibly proud of the way that you were able to make it through all of the social events, because you didn't lock yourself in your house and not come out. Like you still managed to like come out and interact with us and go to the bars and like do those things.
You truly proved you don't quote unquote
need it.
That's what I feel good about is that I proved to myself. And I also found how to come home from work and how to unwind. Decompress. I found how to be in a relationship and interact that way and all those different things. I found like friendships and everything. I'm like, oh, okay. Like I know how to be in my own skin without this crutch. And I also proved to myself that I don't need it. So and I feel really good about it.
Yeah, you should. That's awesome.
That's awesome.
What else is going on? I mean, beyond just the end of the world.
I feel like everywhere you turn, that's all that's in the news. It's just like, hey, the world's ending. BT dubs.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Katy Perry's pregnant with Orlando Bloom's baby.
Right. We didn't talk about that.
Yeah. So there's a thing. Life being brought into the world.
Yeah, that's
At
good.
a scary time. My friends who are pregnant right now, I was just like, oh, I'd be nervous.
Yeah.
Or my friends with small babies. I'm like, oh.
Have you seen this? More than a dozen images of Chris Evans as hand sanitizer.
Oh my
God. No. Wow.
Just random.
No.
So random.
Hot.
I think I've just been like, bunkered in with like, emergency work stuff has been like really stressful, but then also finishing Love is Blind this week.
Oh, which speaking of, that episode should have just gone up on our Patreon if you want to hear our thoughts on on Love is Blind. They were all over the place because that show is
all over
roller
the place.
Coaster.
Yeah. But that was so freaking wild. And then, God, what else is out that I saw that I was like, oh my God, I want to watch?
I really wanted to go see The Hunt, but it got postponed. It was supposed to release. A lot of movies are being delayed.
Right.
So Mulan got pushed back.
Right. The Bond movie.
Fast and the Furious got pushed back a whole year. The new Fast and the Furious movie. So
Disneyland is closed.
Yeah.
Disneyland is closed.
It's wild.
Also Pearl Jam. We were going to go see Pearl Jam.
Yeah.
That got postponed. It's very sad.
Well, our own event.
Yes,
in May
so
that's right.
We hadn't made an official announcement, but I know we talked about it here and we talked about it in our Facebook groups. We mentioned it here on the podcast, and then we had conversations in our Facebook group about our intentions to do a show in Columbus in May, because the Outlier Podcast Festival was supposed to be happening in May this year, and we were going to go participate in that, and then also do a live show while we were in town. And I got word, and I know that Ever, who runs the Outlier Podcast Festival, was really trying to push ahead with doing it, but it just
Ohio is shut down,
and it just became too much of a liability. Like, he was talking to his lawyers, and it was just like they just couldn't do it. So that event got canceled. They are still going to be doing like basically a web streaming situation.
Yeah.
So we might be participating in that, which we'll let you guys know if we are. But unfortunately, because of that, we won't be in Columbus in May anymore. So we will not be doing a live show. But we do have plans to be moving forward with other things. There are exciting things happening. And we'll just let you guys know. We know it sucks. Everything's canceled. It sucks. But
yeah, we'll try to let's see what other fun stuff is going on in the world. I am struggling to find it right now because it's all the pandemic, which really is important. But I want to be
but
light.
It does feel like it's completely taken over everything, and we want to be able to still have fun together, have a good time. It's important that everybody remain really like as positive as possible, and that stuff matters. Well, I will say that we have a new patron.
Yeah,
so that's exciting. Yeah, that's exciting. Just in time to hear our thoughts on Love is Blind. So Sydney Sobers, hi. Thank you. Welcome. Let us know what you think of our thoughts on Love is Blind.
We want all the comments.
The comments. We're so happy to have you.
And by the way, this is My Worst Date. I'm Christina.
I'm Keegan.
I'm Cassie.
We've actually forgotten to do that in our opening the last 2 episodes. Whoops. And I've had to cut and copy it into.
Oh, that's right.
Whoops.
Wow. But
honestly, turn that into a COVID drinking game. It's like for every 5 minutes they don't do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Take a shot. You might die.
You might die.
So what do we want to do for Fuck, Marry, Kill this week? We've got.
Oh, I sent you as one, didn't I?
I don't.
What did I send you?
You said Ink Masters, but
that's right. You've never seen Ink Masters.
Seen it. I mean, there's.
I only know Dave Navarro.
That's the only one I know.
Okay.
Of Carmen Electra fame.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know the other. But I'm willing to get educated on it. I just don't know them currently. And we've had some on our board for a minute. So what about somebody had suggested a couple of months ago that we do the original Who's Line cast.
Oh, that's fun.
Oh,
what do you think?
Fun. fun.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And speaking of fun things that are going to happen and are comedy based, Kids in the Hall is coming back.
Yeah.
Anthony is obsessed.
Squish your head.
We went and saw them live
amazing.
Like a couple of years ago because Anthony freaking loves them so much.
I love Kids in the Hall. Oh my God. I was raised on that shit.
Kids in the Hall would be a fun one to do as well at some point.
Yeah. There's a lot of them though.
There's a lot of them. You have to pick. Okay, so the original Who's Line, we've got Colin, Ryan, and Wayne. So Wayne Brady, Ryan Mochrie, and Colin. What's his last name?
I don't know. I was waiting. I was like, I don't know.
I mean, I know it because they say it at the beginning of every fucking episode.
Right, yeah.
I thought it was Colin Mochrie and then Ryan
Stiles. You're right.
Ryan Stiles.
It's Colin Mochrie, Ryan Stiles, and Wayne Brady.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, so Colin is the short guy, bald guy. Ryan is the tall, skinny white guy. And then, of course, Wayne Brady.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to fuck Wayne Brady.
Okay.
Just get that out of the way. Dude, motherfucker can dance and sing. So you know he can move.
He can move. He's got rhythm and creativity.
And in that Dave Chappelle sketch.
And is Wayne Brady going to have to cut a bit?
Is Wayne Brady going to have to choke a bit?
So yeah, I'm gonna fuck him. I think he's hot. I'm down for it. I'm gonna marry Ryan Stiles.
I knew you were. I knew you were.
He's so dorky.
Too.
He's
I
so
love him.
cute. He's so funny. He seems really fucking smart.
Yeah.
And no shade on Colin. He's just not my type. I'm gonna kill him.
You know
love both guys.
You know what's
surprised.
funny is
I know.
like, well, but we've discussed the Friar Tuck situation.
Exactly.
Just go all the way, or like, you know. You just
I
have
don't
to
know
go
if
the
he
way.
could pull off the all the way though.
I think he could.
Which you
I'm
know
sure
what?
he is now.
You know what?
Yeah.
I think that Colin is so funny. Like he might be to me the quickest of the three.
Yeah,
of them.
he's
like
very.
I think he's
I
very
think
quick.
He's probably the smartest of the three.
Or at least just the best at improv.
Right.
I think he is absolutely the best at improv.
You know how I feel about improv, but they're good.
But good
They're
improv
good.
is different
Than bad
because
improv.
I went to
Exactly.
I went to a Middle Ditch and what's the guy John Ralphio's name?
His real name is Ben
Schwartz.
Schwartz.
Middleditch and Schwartz. So the guy Thomas Middleditch from Silicon Valley and Ben Schwartz.
Right.
I went and saw them. They were doing a touring long improv show.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, long improv? I don't know. Like we're going to have an hour of improv. But they were so good.
Yeah.
It blew my mind. Like it was amazing. And so like good improv, I'm willing to participate in good improv.
Right.
It's bad improv that makes you feel like
Awkward.
yikes.
Yeah.
But okay, so with that said about Colin, God, man, I don't know what to do here.
I know. This is a case in which I wish I could friend. And we all look at Christina.
But Christina, you've turned on it before.
I know,
Like that's the thing is you like to make the rules about whether or not we can friend, but then when you want to friend,
That's right. Wait, didn't somebody call us out on?
because they said they called it the Christina friending. They were
Oh,
like,
that's right.
I'm going to pull a Christina and friend somebody, and
You're
I'm
like,
like,
no,
Christina's
ma'am.
the one.
No, ma'am.
What's happening?
No.
No.
I love it. I love it.
Across the board, we're just going to take that rule away.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to marry Wayne Brady.
I see that for you.
I think I do, but also I feel like
seems
we
like
will.
he would be a lot.
I feel
day
like
to
we'll.
day.
I feel like we'll end up competing for attention.
Yeah, I was just gonna say,
Which might be a problem, but also he'll take me to the Tonys. So, and everyone knows I like a fancy dress. And Ryan Stiles isn't taking me anywhere fancy.
No.
I don't think.
I mean, he could though. He's got that freaking sitcom money.
He's got
on
sitcom
2.5
money.
Men for a minute.
He's
You
got
he's got that.
and honestly,
good.
they all have Who's Line money because that that ship was on forever and reruns were on forever.
Forever.
Yep.
So they've all got good money, but Ryan Stiles
Can I marry Drew Carey?
I mean,
He's got like Price is Right money.
That's what I'm talking
he
about.
got crazy money. But I feel like Ryan Stiles could take you out, but I don't feel like he would. Like he doesn't seem like he's got that personality. Whereas like Wayne Brady is going to take you out.
Yeah,
Like,
you're a
he's-
night out in the town.
Yeah.
Ryan's definitely like cooking dinner with you at home.
Yeah.
That's not your type. You're gonna
fucking marrying Ryan.
You are?
Fuck yeah.
Ooh,
I've had a crush on Ryan since
Really?
early.
Oh, that's cute.
He's cute.
I
and he's
love
tall,
that.
and I love it.
You're
Sorry.
so cute.
Can I marry Ryan but have Wayne as like my side? My
rude,
side
actually,
chick?
Honestly,
because I want somebody who's gonna take me out.
How
so I'll
dare
be
you
like,
do that to my husband?
Ryan, I like being home with you and being married to you, but like once a week.
What consenting adults do is fine. If you have a like nice like talk with Ryan and you guys are open relation,
you know what I think? I think Colin would be open to that.
Colin is definitely ethically non-monogamous all fucking day. You're right. If I found him on Hinge right now, he's like, you know, he's definitely
here for a good time, not a long time.
E&M, discreet.
I won't tell if you don't say.
Oh God.
Poor Colin.
Yeah.
So we're all killing Colin. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sad, but had to be done.
Here's the thing: who you gonna marry?
I don't want to decide. You know what? I'm gonna marry Ryan. Actually, I'm gonna marry Ryan, and I'm just gonna have like a really good date night, like the kind of date night where Wayne Brady is going to fly me out somewhere.
Oh yeah.
Like we're gonna have that kind of date. We're gonna have a weekend, actually.
Okay.
All right. Like he's gonna take me somewhere for a whole weekend.
Here's the thing about fuck: it can be that you dated.
Sure.
You fucking
fucked a lot, but just never. Yeah.
All right.
When it gets to be too much, you can be like, okay, I'm ready to
That's
step
right.
down.
I do. I want to be able to
Ryan.
step back whenever, like, I want the attention now.
Yeah.
You stop.
My turn.
I'm
you,
the captain
You
now.
stop. you chill.
You shut your mouth. You just sound stupid.
Shut your mouth.
Shut your mouth. Hello, Miss
Motherfucker,
Lady.
listen to me.
Motherfucker, listen to me. I wish I had the ball full of Giannina. To do that in front of your whole friend group. Everyone in the friend group was literally like,
Can you fucking imagine if we saw one of our friends say that?
but
Could you see?
do you know what we would be
Could
doing?
you see us? We would all stop.
We'd be looking at each other,
No.
drinks up,
We would
silent.
stop that shit from happening. Could you fucking imagine? Okay, so the only single guy we have in our group right now is Lyndon.
Yeah.
If some bitch came in front of us
And was like,
and said, motherfucker.
Okay.
But it wouldn't be some bitch. It would be your friend.
So, like, what if in an established couple
Yeah.
right now, we witnessed that kind of fight
This is
going
some
down?
new girl he's bringing into the group.
No. It was when they were all together. In Love is Blind, it was like all the pod couples had a
Oh,
gathering.
you're talking about that time.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm like,
Oh.
it's got to be. So what if we witnessed one of our friends having that fight? I agree. I think somebody would step in and try to make the situation like dissipate.
Yeah.
Somebody
We would laugh it off. We'd be like, ha, 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 let's make this a fun joke. And then I'll talk about it later. Like, what the fuck just
I would
happened?
actually probably unzip my skin and walk out. I'd be like,
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you guys.
So
I hear what you're
awkward.
saying. I don't think I would get in the middle of it. I think I would just be like,
if someone was like, motherfucker, listen to me.
Yeah.
my
I guess it depends on
aversion.
the couple. I guess it depends on the couple because, like, if you said that to Anthony, I'd be like, let's make a joke about this because this can't be real. We're going to laugh this off. But I know that there's couples.
But we wouldn't.
Like, if that happened, I'd be like, well, I'm going to be out back smoking.
That's
and
exactly
I'm gonna-
right.
Yeah,
Like, that's exactly
I'm
right.
gonna step out of this situation while that takes place.
But also, like, I cannot think of something that makes me more uncomfortable than like a couple like fighting in public, like in your friend group.
If you
It's
said that to
so
Eric right now,
awkward.
because you're the newest couple, I'd be
Yeah.
like, hey, what'd he do? This motherfucker. Listen to her, motherfucker.
Yeah,
We'd all rally around
I
family.
could only say that in jest.
I
Do you know what I
know.
mean?
I
Like,
could never.
just don't fight like that.
No,
I
I
can
don't
only be
either.
like, motherfucker, listen to me. You
No,
know what I mean?
I think
Same.
I've definitely said something like that in a private fight. I
To
would
Anthony?
never do it in. I don't think to Anthony.
Okay.
but because
I'm all like,
when
blink
I'm
twice
when
if you're
I'm
safe,
fighting
Anthony.
with because you know this couple, which we're getting off, but like you know this couple,
Yeah.
you can hear our thoughts about Damien and Giannina in the Patreon. So because we know how that couple operates, if I am fighting with someone who I feel like isn't listening to me, there does get that frustration. That frustration can build to the point where you're just like, can you just fucking listen to me? Like,
Right.
and so
Like where you're vibrating.
I do feel like I've said that in a fight before where I'm just like, can you just fucking listen to me? So I don't think that that's out of
the realm of
the
possibilities.
realm of possibility in an argument. I just don't think that you would do that in public.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I think that here's the other side of that coin is that I feel like we've done a really good job of picking our partners that we wouldn't have like, to be honest, like I look at Giannina and Damien, and of course we talked again about this, but like that's a relationship where you don't have good communication.
Exactly.
I feel like, yeah, maybe with an ex or something, but I could never fucking ever say that to Chris. I'd be like, it would be weird. Like he'd be like, "What are you talking about? I always listen to you." You know, it'd be like you said, I could never not say that in jest.
Yeah, yeah. I've gotten so mad before I've thrown a Christmas ornament.
I mean, yeah. I mean, fights get real. Like that's the truth. It's just like you keep that shit contained. Don't do that to your friends. Don't do that to your friends. Don't put them in that position where they have to be in between. Because it is when there is tension. Whenever you're at a friend's house and they're like, even if it's not a fight, but you're like, you guys just fought.
Yeah.
And you can feel that. You're like, oh, no.
Peel my skin off. Yeah, exactly.
Thanks. I hate it.
Oh my God. Well, you guys want to take 5 and we'll come back with stories?
Sounds good.
And we're back.
Yeah. I'm going to start us off. Okay. We got this through our website and the title is, I Can't Get It Out. It's Not What You Think.
Oh, no.
I'm intrigued. Proceed.
Okay. So this person says, so this isn't my date. It's my sister's. She told me about this and my husband and I laugh about it to this day. The names have been changed to protect jobs and the guilty.
Okay.
Anyway, it's early 2003. My sister, whom I will call Lily, was dating someone I will call Mike. Mike was 22, 23, and I just found out he was dating my sister as Mike and I used to work together. Lily had just turned 20 the December before, and I had turned 18 in 2002 while at basic. Okay, so I got that. That age range is wild.
Yeah. Honestly,
wild things happen.
It's worse than high school because high school, like you don't know what you're doing and everybody doesn't know what they're doing. Like,
but there's structure to your days. There's a limit to how destructive you can get because you're inside.
Yes. 18, 19 through like 23. Yeah. Like 22
18
and a
to
half.
23, those 5 years are wild.
Yeah, where it's just like nobody knows what they're doing. It's chaos.
Yeah.
So fucking true. God.
Okay. Oh, before I move on, I will put in a possible trigger warning for sexual assault as the subject says it's not what you think. I've actually read through this. We'll talk about it at the end. I personally don't feel that it is, but we can have a conversation at the end.
All right.
So see what you think. I'm willing to have a conversation.
Okay.
Mike and Lily had gone out to a dance club. Let's face it, you know how that goes. They both get drunk. That's how it's spelled, which I am stealing from now on.
Okay, and we know what a 21-year-old drunk at a club means. Like y'all were wilding out, taking shots because you feel invincible.
Oh yeah.
Like how many times I would go out and be like, yeah, shots of tequila all night, like because I'm 21.
Yeah, exactly.
For no other reason. That's it.
Anyway, Lily and Mike make it back to Mike's place where he lived with his twin. Mike got up to go to the restroom, and yes, he was still hammered. After a while, my sister hears, Lily, I need help. I'm in the bathroom.
No, never what you want to hear.
Can you come in and close the door, please?
Oh, no.
Never what you want to hear.
My sister, who is also drunk, responds with, Jesus Christ, fine. She stumbles into the bathroom, and Mike is standing over the toilet, struggling with his pants. Finally, he says, Lily, I can't unzip my pants. Can you unzip my pants?
Okay, pause. Time out. Have you guys ever been so drunk that you couldn't get your pants off?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever
peed my pants drunk. Raise your hand.
Oh, no.
I can't get my pants down fast enough.
Yeah. I may have been there before.
I am shocked because I have been very drunk and I don't think I've ever been.
Just a little bit. It wasn't like a lot of it.
Oh, mine was a lot. Yeah. We're full on like down the legs.
Like,
oh no.
Oh my God.
Prancing and you're dancing.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Have you been so drunk that you you are on your way to the bathroom and you start undoing your pants.
Oh, well, yeah.
Because you're like,
it's got to be prepared by the time.
Well, yes.
Now.
Yeah.
We're at a 5-second window here. No time to waste.
Wow.
Should I do that not drunk?
I feel like I've done that not drunk, where it's just like, yeah.
Me too.
I was like, wait.
Although I am like low key worried about your bladder control right now. Like I'm a little concerned.
I'm doing Kegels. I'm doing what I can, but I'm
I've had 2 babies.
Very nervous about
judge
incontinence in the future.
So they make really sexy Depends now. Like really, they're like tight to the body.
Underwear.
Like fun fact, I was on a veil.
Fun fact, they're diapers.
I was on a veil for Depends.
Oh,
I was on a veil. Yeah. To me, that it could have been my legs on all of the Depends boxes. I went to the audition. I went to the audition, went to the callback, and literally they just take pictures.
Oh my God.
They take pictures of your legs in like either like underwear or bikini bottoms, and they just take pictures of you from like various angles.
Oh my God.
And then I went to the audition. I got the callback. I went to the callback. They called me. They were like, "You're on a veil."
Oh my God.
And then I never got it. But I was 110% like. By the way, I was also like 24. Like I was like young. I was like 23 or 24.
Young ass hot legs in these fucking Depends.
Like, oops, I crapped my pants.
I 125% would have done it because it was like $15,000. I
know.
I was like, yes, do it.
Absolutely.
Put my
I don't
like,
give a
if
fuck.
your head's not in it, I'm like, put my legs on every box across the country. I don't give a fuck. A single fuck.
Yes. Oh my God.
Anyway, and he went. He can't get his pants off because he's too hammered.
Okay, we're
right,
here.
we're back.
We're here. I took a turn.
My sister agrees. She's having a hard time standing up, so she continued to sit on Mike's bathroom floor next to Mike. After a few seconds of Mike fumbling around, he says, "Lily, I can't get it out. Can you get it out?"
No.
Lily sarcastically responds with, "My God, do you want me to hold it and aim for you too?" At which point Mike responds with, "Thanks, that would be great."
No. I'm sorry.
So that's needless to say, my sister sat on Mike's bathroom floor, drunkenly holding and attempting to aim as he leaned against the wall behind this toilet, peeing. This is where the possible sexual assault happened,
date?
As both parties were No, they had been dating. So
okay.
That's
all right. So
also,
it's not their first date.
That's what I was going to say. It's not their first date.
Yeah, they're familiar with each other.
Yeah. So I'm like,
I don't think that's sexual assault.
Yeah, she says this is where the possible sexual assault happened, as both parties were shit-faced, and Mike technically couldn't give consent due to his being shit-faced. No, he asked her to.
He asked her.
Wait,
to.
he asked her to. She wouldn't even be in there if he hadn't asked her to take it out for him and like hold it for him.
Can you imagine?
No,
I've never actually done that. I've never held somebody's
the visual
dick while they pee. No,
we have discussed. Like, I don't even really want to be in the room. Like when you're peeing.
So you're telling me you've never done that?
So I definitely don't want to be sitting. So all right, look at the visual of that. So you're sitting. So your head is like dick level.
Yeah,
which
so
absolutely not.
So drunk.
I don't want to be dick level to any dick that has pee coming out of it. Like no. And then you just got your hand up,
flaccid ass,
cradling a flaccid dick
to pee.
No,
you know there's splatter happening. You know,
heaven forbid you sneeze.
Dick in the side. I would pee in the side of the face. Man, absolutely. I'm like, I don't know. I feel like I would look at somebody differently after that.
Yeah. I mean, flaccid penis kind of bums me out anyway. So
across the board.
Yeah, it's a real bummer.
Yeah.
It's not. It never like puts me in a good mood.
Listen, no.
Yeah, you could draw a smiley face on it, and you're like, I feel better.
Do the whole Groucho Marx thing.
Googly eyes above the dick.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Little mustache. Anyway, sorry. Draw a mustache on the balls. Okay.
As I said before, my husband and I laugh about this horrible date to this day. In fact, my husband once asked if I would do that for him if he was that drunk. I responded with, "Nope, you're just going to have to piss yourself." Anyway, Mike and my sister broke up about a year later and are happily married to different people. And oh yeah, while Mike and my sister were together, we both found out that Mike and his twin knew my aunt, uncle, and cousins because they all did archery together.
What?
My uncle has since passed and they were at his funeral, but we still talk sometimes to this day.
It's such a small, it's like a small
very
city.
random. Small town.
Yeah, it's a small town connection.
Like, wait, what?
I have a real question.
Sure.
I have a real question, and I'm not sure if like we can answer because it's ladies at this table.
Okay.
We really need to get some.
Should we go get Chris?
I mean, sure.
Okay.
All right.
So, Chris, I have a question. We just had a story in which a guy was so drunk that he could not aim his own dick into the toilet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And so she had to hold his dick and aim it into the toilet. So my question is, if you were that drunk and your dick is flaccid, could you not sit and like tuck and pee?
Yes, that is actually what you do.
I feel like that's what you would do. Yeah, like why are you trying to stand and aim?
In fact, like if you wake up like super like in the middle of the night and you have to go pee, you sit down because you don't know what you're
Okay,
gonna do.
thank you. Because I'm like, I feel like
thank you.
your dick is pliable. Why can't you just like tuck?
Yeah, I mean, you know, unless he had a giant dick or something and it was
Gonna-
super difficult.
Gonna hit the bowl.
Yeah, right. I mean, unless it splashes every time he sits down.
Or
Okay.
if it was really small and he couldn't, you know what I mean? And it was just like,
but then you can like Keegan said, you talk as much as you can, I guess.
Okay.
I don't like the logistics of this at all.
Thank you. Thank you for your insight. I appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Of course. But next time that happens, Cassie, you're gonna have to hold it for me. Okay?
Oh no.
That's not happening. I'm actually nervous about talking back into this mic again. I don't like anything that just happened.
Oh my god.
You
Amazing.
said, what if you're too small? Like, it just pees out the little sliver between.
Oh my god.
Just ew.
Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Wow. So this is also an email that we received via our website, myworstdatepodcast.com. My worst date, for the most part, was all my fault.
Oh,
I have always had really good experiences with dating. I would set up dates with guys who lived at least 30 minutes away. I wanted some space so they couldn't be too involved with my life.
okay, girl. I love it.
Okay.
I love a lady with a plan.
Exactly.
She's coming in with a plan.
Yep.
Also, I'm a bartender, so I didn't want it to be too easy for them to come and stalk me while working.
Good point.
Yeah. Good.
On this particular first day, I had set it up for a Tuesday once I got off work. I knew Tuesdays I always got out on time. This 6 foot tall, very handsome, beautiful man drove 45 minutes to meet me. What no one had warned me about was that I would have a group of men starting to come in on Tuesdays. These men were there to stay late, drink a lot, and plan a big event they would hold in a hotel that the restaurant was located in.
Oh no.
Yes. So it took me 2 hours after close, which fucking rude. Like when I used to work in a restaurant, like people who have no regard
Concepts.
for closing time.
People that walk in a minute before closing time and they're like, well, we just made it. I was like, I want to kill you.
No, it's so rude. I feel bad. Like we went to a restaurant the other week and it was like half an hour before close. And I was even telling Anthony, I was like, man, you know that they've already started to like
Put shit
put
away.
shit away. Yeah. I'm like, I feel bad anytime we do anything like that. So
They're tearing down.
So staying, just because they let you stay 2 hours after close doesn't mean that you fucking should do that. Anyway, I hadn't realized it would take that long until it took that long. I did everything I could to let him know that I was not standing him up. That even involved me secretly taking a picture of this group of men. She's like, see, I'm telling the truth. Finally, after getting off from work, I ran home to spruce myself up. We ended up going to a casino for drinks. I live near the Windy City. We have so many Chicagoans.
Nice.
I know. I want to go there so
Me too.
bad.
And on this particular night, we had very strong winds. Because of the wind, he was trying to be a true gentleman and offer to drop me off at the door and then park. Me being me was like, nah, I don't mind walking with you. That's 100% me. I'm always like, I'd rather just walk with you. Like
That's
fine.
Midwest.
Yeah.
Yep.
After we park, I opened up his truck door when the wind immediately ripped it out of my hands and smashes the side window, the side mirror off the car beside us.
Oh, shit.
No.
I couldn't believe he had just waited 2 hours for me to then do something like this. Guys, here's where I'm like all the side eye. To my surprise, he just moved his truck to a different parking spot. I'm like, what? He's like, no big deal. It's just reversing. He's like, it's fine. We'll just move to the other side of the parking lot.
I would never do that.
Cassie is nodding vigorously. You guys.
Ooh, that's what the insurance is for. You pay every month for it. Fix my car.
Oh, God. I didn't know what to think about that. Not leaving a note for the person or offering in any way to fix it. At the same time, I had only been a single parent for about a year and was still very much trying to get on my feet. Knowing I couldn't pay for it, I just kind of let that go.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Like, well,
there you go. There you go.
I'll get karma back another way. It'll be fine. I'll make up for it. We did hit it off and went on more dates. He was a sweet man and we had a lot of fun. It was probably our third date when we went bar hopping with one of his friends and a bunch of mine. We had a blast that night and got wasted. The last post of the night I could remember the last thing I could remember of the night was making out when he dry humps me and came in his pants.
Oh no. Well,
God.
that's a red flag. Yeah.
I mean,
I'm just
then
kidding.
he passed out on top of me. Oh, you got cummy pants passed out on top of you.
Ew.
It's not good.
I don't like that phrase
not
at
good.
all.
The next day, I told him that was too close and I wanted to wait for sex because sex complicates things. But then after that, I never saw him again.
Kelly.
It's a very Kelly move. But then after that, I never saw him again because I just couldn't get over him coming in his pants and passing out on top of me. I get it.
Yeah.
By the way, most of my dates have been off of Plenty of Fish.
Oh, honey.
well,
yeah. There you go. Different app. I never went there. So I have no Plenty of Fish stories.
You almost tried and then you were like, I can't do
we
it.
were like, do it
saw-
for science.
Yeah,
but
I
no.
saw the freaking what do you call it? The icon or whatever for your phone, and I was like, I can't
bring
download
myself
it.
to do it. I can't do it.
All right. So I picked this story specifically for the two of you because I know how much you love high school stories.
Yay!
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Favorite.
Everything is so very important.
And everyone is so stupid.
Yes.
It's great. I can't wait.
heighten senses on everything.
Yes.
It's so intense.
Emotions at a 20.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Being finally in a good relationship for the past 4 years has made me reflect on my past dating incidents. So this was almost about 2012, before Tinder and a lot of dating apps, as far as I know, being 16 at the time.
Right.
I met this nerdy, skinny dude who I'll call Urkel.
Oh,
Obviously,
Urkel, honey.
not his real name. Urkel loved card games, PlayStation, Xbox, handheld games, so we had a mutual love of video games. One day, Urkel gave me a note and asking me out. He was very nervous, and he wasn't sure if he should have directly asked me. A bit immature, but I know. Urkel didn't have many friends.
I fucking love the note ask out. I have to say.
And also, too, you guys, he's like 16.
It's cute. I just think
We're
it's
not
so
talking-
cute.
I mean, immature. Well, yeah, of course,
yeah,
immature. You're
we're
like
all immature.
16.
Yeah.
I actually still like getting notes to this day.
I do too.
I think
it's
notes are
cute.
cute.
I think it's so cute. Yeah.
Anyways.
He says, or she says, and I wouldn't mind giving him a chance. So he asked where we could meet for the date. I suggested we meet at Cece's on Thursday. Cece's Pizza. Do you guys
I
know?
know
Okay.
Cece's Pizza. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Since it had video games and pizza, that was all you could eat, and also not that expensive. Nor was it busy like on weekends, so it was less families around. I didn't have my learner's permit at the time, so I had my mom drop me off around 4 or so. I get to the table, got my drink, waiting for Urkel to come. I don't like Urkel. I don't like it, but it's too late. We're in too deep. I saw Urkel walk in with his mother. I didn't think that was weird at first, since I figured his mom was going to just see him inside, give him some money, and leave. She didn't. Urkel sat in the booth
Moms, be cool. You guys.
at the end as his mother sat next to him.
Oh no.
I was kind of surprised, wondering what in the hell was going on. At this time, my black hair was streaked with purple dye. I wore mostly black and punk clothing, but I had no piercings or anything. After a few very tense moments and me slurping my drink some, I noticed Urkel hadn't gotten his drink yet. Hey, Urkel, did you know that drinks are self-serve? I can get you one if you want, I asked, about to move out of my seat. I got it, his mom said, then stomped off, making me retreat to my seat. I looked at Urkel. His face was red, and he looked really upset. What's going on? I asked. She said, she does this to every girl I like. I'm so sorry.
Oh, be cool. Don't do that to your kids. Don't do that.
It gets so much worse.
No, Mom. Jesus.
I felt bad and took my old flip phone out of my bag and texted my mom. Hey, Mom, come get me and my friend. He's real upset. What's going on? What happened? His mom is here and she's embarrassing him. Maybe embarrassing him. Maybe talk to her. I'll be there soon.
Oh my God, what a good mom.
Yeah.
And what a good relationship clearly the two of them have, that she can text her mom like, and be like, can you please come SOS?
That is like literally like polar opposites.
Yeah.
Total opposites, right? Mm-hmm. So I put my flip phone away and Urkel's mom comes back. When she did come back, she had 5 plates in her hand. She sat a plate down in front of me, 2 in front of Urkel, and 2 before herself before sitting down. I looked down at my plate, seeing it was all lettuce. Just lettuce. Now, I hadn't eaten yet, but I would have gotten my own food. Plus, I like my salad with lots of tomatoes and croutons and spinach. Urkel had 2 plates, topped with 6 slices of pizza each. His mom had plates stacked with pizza and wings and desserts. Not wanting to be rude.
I'm sorry. Mom is being really rude right now. Like, she put lettuce down in front of you.
Like, is she like body shaming or like what the fuck? Like, I want to talk with this woman.
Ma'am.
I just want to talk. Just give me your location. I just want to talk.
Yeah.
Where are you? We'll be right there.
I'm taking off my earrings. Just want to talk.
I just want to talk. Just want to talk. Yes, I'm breaking my nails off as we speak, but I just want to talk.
It's putting rings on, extra rings.
It's cool. It's cool. Don't worry about it.
Yep.
Not wanting to be rude or cause a scene, I slowly began eating the lettuce with a fork while waiting for my mom to come save us.
Oh my God.
Urkel didn't touch his food. He just looked down at his plate. Seems you're a slow eater, Urkel's mom said after eating his second slice. I just nodded, feeling extremely uncomfortable, occasionally looking at the huge bay windows and doors for my mom's car to drive up. I tried to get up from the table to get more food and a drink, but heard a loud, oomph. I look at Urkel's mom. You didn't ask to be excused. She frowned, crossing her arms over her chest.
Oh my God. Well, you didn't ask to be on this date.
You're not my mom.
You're not my mom.
You're not my mom.
You can't tell me what to do. You're not my real mom.
Yes.
Get out.
Get out.
Get out.
Oh, yes. May I be excused? I asked. No, you may not. You've had enough. Sit down.
Oh! My mom would throw hands when she got there.
And
oh my God.
The table.
Oh my God.
Let me fucking tell you something.
911.
There is not a goddamn person on this fucking planet who's going to tell me what I can and cannot eat and when I am done. I'm sorry.
Also, it's such a fucking power trip to do that to a 16-year-old.
I just want you guys to know that I'm just telling the story. It's
I know.
Not me.
I know. I think Cassie feels worried about her safety.
I am fiery hot with anger.
If this was my kid, I would lose my shit. If you talk to my fucking kid like this, I would flip out. Oh, I'm gonna get arrested at Cece's Pizza.
I'm also taking fucking Urkel with me.
Yeah,
and be like
saving his ass.
Yeah.
Like protective services right here.
It makes me furious because, like, as a 16-year-old, like, she's probably been taught to, like, well, and her, like, she's been taught to, like, respect her elders, respect parents.
Yep.
Like, so, and this woman is taking advantage of that. She's manipulating a 16-year-old. Exactly right. Okay, because let me guess about what is going to happen right now. Like, she's going to...
I sat back down.
Yep. Of course.
My feelings of defeat. You can have some of mine if you want, Urkel said, holding his plate of pizza to me. I moved a hand to take a slice. Urkel, you eat your food. She's had enough. His mom bellowed loudly, enough that people were now looking at us. I reclined back in my seat, silent, very anxious, feeling smaller and smaller. Urkel kept mouthing, I'm sorry, over and over as I was waiting for my mom. So, do you live around here? Urkel's mom asked. I don't feel comfortable answering that,
Absolutely
ma'am.
fucking not.
This woman's like a fucking Disney villain.
Yeah. 100% no.
I had trouble keeping eye contact back then, especially when I didn't feel comfortable. She seemed to frown at my answer. Are your parents still married? She asked. What? Yes, my dad and How much money do your parents make? I'm not sure, but do your parents drink or smoke? They used to when I was look up at your adults when you're speaking to you. Wow. I looked up at her, but inside I was beyond anxious. I wanted to curl up in a ball and shake against a wall. Are your parents Christians? Well, we no longer go to church so they're atheists. No, ma'am. We just had so many untrustworthy pastors at our old church that we just didn't feel like staying.
There's no reason. Business.
There's no reason not to go to church.
Oh, I'm gonna fucking.
She frowned.
I'm going to.
I know.
I don't know that I've ever felt this angry.
I know.
Mom, stop! You're scaring her. Urkel said. I feel like I'm telling you guys a story out of a storybook.
I'm just so like fucking honestly,
wild. You're wrecked.
Yeah.
I looked up when I heard the bell at the restaurant entrance ring. Thank
God.
Heck.
Oh my God.
Thank heck. I love it. It was my mother. Mom, I called out, standing up like a puppy
I've
that
never
had
been so happy to see you. I love you so much. Thank you for being such a wonderful mom.
Oh my God. Sometimes, yeah, I'm like, that's a way to like, not all 16-year-olds like love their mom like that.
No, definitely. I would have been like, I love you so much.
No.
My mom walked up to her, and Urkel's mom looked up at my mom. My mom is a tall, strong woman. Bay State born and raised. She has an aura of don't fuck with me just by looking at her eyes.
I'm so happy right now.
I slid out of the seat and stood by my mom. So you're Urkel's mom? My mom asked. Yes, I am, Urkel's mom said with some pride. Would you mind coming with me outside?
Can you come outside and shut the door behind you?
Mm-hmm. No. If you have something to say, you can say it to my face.
Okay.
Awesome. Okay. You're embarrassing your son, and clearly you're scaring my daughter. I would appreciate if you would leave them alone. If you must watch them, wait in your car until it's done. Or hell, you can come wait in mine till then. I love my mom, especially when I had no spine as a young girl.
Amen. That's what moms are for. It really is, because I would have been the same way at 16, and I needed somebody to step in and be my advocate. So
yeah. Thanks, Mom. I don't feel like my son is safe with a girl like her. Look at her. I was wearing a nice dark purple shirt, black pants.
Oh, my mom
wish
is gonna...
a motherfucker would say that, because to my mom, Terry is wild. She's fucking wild.
She'd be like, excuse me?
Wait. And you know when moms do that where they're like, it gets quiet for just like a second?
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Excuse me?
And you know what? My mom seems very jovial when you meet her. Rosy cheeks. She seems real nice.
I wouldn't cross Tammy.
But let me tell you, she used to work in a detention center in her 20s. She has gotten into brawls.
Yeah.
Okay. So I wouldn't push it. I just wouldn't push it. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah. Oh my God. Woo. I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm so excited. I'm scared.
I was wearing a nice dark purple shirt, black pants, and had on some gamer armbands. I wasn't even remotely dressed inappropriately. My mom looked at her and then at me. That's no reason to be hostile to my daughter. Can you see that she's upset? I mean, you can just feel the calm in her voice,
I
right?
know.
She only wanted to have fun and have some pizza for dinner with your son. But instead, you clearly have been harassing my child. I looked down, getting upset, my anxiety getting the best of me. I felt tears swelling in my eyes. I'm sorry. I apologize, trying not to let out a sob. You have nothing to be sorry for.
My mom would be
my
like,
mom said,
do not.
Pulling me to her with her arm. She's not a proper woman for my son, Urkel's mom frowned. Mom, stop. She's crying. He frowned. That's because she's a desperate woman who wants to mislead you. She isn't even godly.
She's
no
16,
decent woman dyes
bitch.
their hair like that. His mom growled at me.
Is she the mom from Carrie?
Yes.
Is
she?
Crazy. My mom. Oh wait, and no decent woman would harass a child. My mom growled, shoving past her, leading me out of Cece's. I hadn't already paid for my half when I came in before, so we went home after my mom stopped at Subway to get me a sandwich for dinner.
Nice.
I mean, honestly, can you imagine? I didn't speak to Urkel afterwards. Back at school.
Poor Urkel. I feel bad for him. I feel really bad.
That's your mom.
It's not his fault.
She's horrid. He gave me a copy of his Pokemon Black as an apology that I still own today.
Oh, honey.
He explained how his dad had left when he was little and his mom got really into a church group. She apparently didn't like that he played games like Magic the Gathering or Yu-Gi-Oh! And would often throw his cards and video games away. She even threw away his Pokemon games if he didn't do what she wanted.
Oh, she's abusive.
She's horrible.
Abusive.
I never went out with Urkel again, but I did stay as good a friend with him as I could. I even gifted him my old DSi for his birthday when we graduated. Urkel eventually got so sick of his mother's actions that he ended up, after she went off the deep end, when he began to discover his own personal tastes in his junior and senior year, she threw Urkel out to send him off to a reformant school. After he declared himself an atheist by being sick of her screeching on God and religion, he hitchhiked till he reached North Carolina. He cut contact with his mom and is now getting married to an awesome woman.
I needed that really happy ending.
Happy there's a happy ending, but I'm really, really sad that this woman did this to her son because, that's hard, and no child should have to have it that hard. That is so hard.
And apparently, for his mom, she apparently did have a mental breakdown. So, I guess this might have been the beginning of something really serious because she was found at a local Dairy Queen begging God to send reckoning upon us until police came. Thankfully,
no.
I never met her in person.
So she's really not okay. Really not.
Well, that might have been the tip of the iceberg.
You're not okay if you're doing that kind of stuff to a 16-year-old child. You know what I mean? And you're an adult. So that's, oh my God, what a fucking wild ride.
That is so sad. I just feel so bad for those kids.
Thank God that kid, I mean, he ended up getting out of it and doing right for himself and being able to get to his own
but
place.
What a tough road and not fair. It's just not fair to put your kids through that. It's not okay.
If my parents went on a date with me when I was 16, I
would have died.
Would not be here today.
No.
But you know what? My mom would have done she probably would have done the opposite type of thing where she would have been there, but she would have been cool mom.
Yeah.
She's hey, I brought you guys all some Cokes and some pizza. I'll be right over there.
Amy Poehler.
Yeah.
Mean Girls.
Oh my God. She'll be like, I'll be right in there playing the T2 game inside, and you guys just.
You'd be like, shut up, Mom.
You guys just let me know if you need anything else. I'm like, oh God, Mom, please go away.
Go away. You're embarrassing me.
All right. Are you guys ready for the
quiz? So ready, yeah.
I actually have extensive notes.
Murder notes.
This time. I really wanted to do a historical one. I found a couple that I tried. I don't know if you guys get this now because we've done so many of them that I try to challenge myself and find these new ones or something outside the box.
Mm-hmm.
So I was looking and I saw information about Stalin's wife, and I was like, I couldn't find a lot of verified sources, and that sort of thing. So I couldn't really flesh that out. Then somebody suggested I do Roald Dahl was a spy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he was a James Bond, pretty much. And I was like, that's fucking wild.
Where's that story? Where's that movie?
I was obsessed with him whenever I was in elementary school, obsessed with his books and obsessed with learning about him because he's so fucking interesting, actually.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. But I didn't get that together. What I did find was on a listicle, which I gotta love. I think it was Cracked. It was craziest historical murders that you've never heard of. I was like, I'm in it.
You're sold.
And now I'm going to tell you guys the story of the Nun of Monza, which is
I'm ready.
We're in it.
My ears just went beep
beep. Okay, Mariana de Leyva y Marino was born in Milan, December 4th. 1575.
Yes, holy shit. Yes, bitch. Take me back. I'm so ready.
Wayback Machine. So 1500s. Yeah. Daughter of.
Shit is gross. It smells terrible.
Exactly.
Smells like shit everywhere.
This is the Borgia, Italy. Okay. So there is not a lot of great stuff going on.
No.
Daughter of Martina de Leyva and Virginia Maria Marino, who was the widow of the Ercole Pio, Count of Sassuolo. She's also the great-granddaughter of Antonio de Leyva.
This is why you got notes, girl.
I know. Who was
got to, yeah. You're not going to remember those names.
So many. Translate this page. So much.
That shit's tough, too, when you do that, because then
it's not quite right.
You're getting the gist, but you're like, that's not how that sentence should be.
Exactly. Yeah. This isn't right. Yeah. Antonio de Leyva was given title of Count by Charles V. And they lived in this really beautiful house. It was the Palazzo Marino. So they were wealthy. Mm-hmm. They were given this fiefdom, basically, at that time of Monza. So they were like the ruling family. Mm-hmm. Now, she was born in 1575. Virginia dies in 1576 of the plague. So Mariana's just a baby.
So we're gonna do a plague story?
That's what I was thinking too. I was like, it's not. We're just gonna jump right into some plagues.
No,
okay.
No, just one. Just one.
Okay, got it.
So she then enters this long battle for her inheritance, which of course she's just a baby, which is supposed to go like maternally,
of course,
through, and she's supposed to get it. But her fucking family, her dad, like steals it pretty much. And like she loses it. And here's the other thing about 1575. Daughters are not great for families because you got to pay for them. You got to pay their dowry to wed them off. And so if you are...
Well, if you let her have her fucking inheritance, then...
Greedy, and you want that money... You'll take it all and you will do a practice that finally becomes banned later on, but involuntary nuns. You put them in a fucking convent.
Holy
Which is widespread all throughout Europe.
I did not know about this.
Yeah. Because you pay the church kind of like a dowry, but it's cheap. It's cheaper than a wedding dowry. So many fucking daughters get put into convents instead of being allowed to marry. So now, where am I? Okay, so she's
Cassie. You're like,
she was basically
no, I'm still shook. I can't. I am shook.
Men are canceled. Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
So she's only 13 years old when she's put into this convent, which by the way, she gotten shipped off to like aunts. She never really, like, her mom died when she was young and her dad just kind of stole all her money and basically like was like, okay, now you're going to be in a nunnery. So she's 13 years old. She is forced into the monastery Saint Margarita.
Because that's what you want. You want a bunch of like loyal servants to God who were forced to be there.
Yeah.
And aren't there because they want to be.
Exactly.
Yeah. Great. Cool.
So she's kind of got a good situation though because her family is so powerful and they run Monza. She's given her own apartment and she's given 4 other sisters to like live with her and like help her do stuff. And she also is able to go outside the convent because part of her job as being from the de Leyva family is she administered property revenues and is involved in administering justice. So I'm like, 13?
Oh my God.
What is this Game of Thrones
Imagine
bullshit?
me administering justice at 13.
Everybody burns at the stake.
It's 1500 Italy.
I'm like, that girl talked to the boy that I like. So to the gallows immediately.
Wow.
No.
Off with the heads.
Exactly. So she is known in Monza as Sister Virginia Maria because she took her mom's name when she got confirmed as a nun. And a lot of like contemporary writers like Ripamonti said that she was modest and respectful. She was well known around town because she got to be, in town
about
doing stuff. And so she begins to kind of like accept that this is going to be her life. And more convents were also like schooling. They did a lot of things like in that time period in 1500s, 1600s, medieval Europe, where they were also places that you can send your girls to learn how to read and actually educate. So like there were also places that would support and help what they call like fallen women or women that had, you know, turned to sex work and stuff.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. Like, if you were like kicking it in the 1500s, not a bad gig. Like, if you choose to do that.
If you choose to.
You know, and if you're, especially for women, I'm sure, who were lower class, like, I'm sure you'd be like, look, it's a comfy life. I don't got to fuck with men. I can just kick it at the convent. Like, I could see myself doing that, but being forced into it is like, that's the issue.
Right.
Yeah. But at least, cool. She's learning how to read. That's great.
Yeah. So, you know, she actually begins teaching and she's really enjoying it. So they have a few like younger girls boarding. This is in around like 1591. So that would make her, what is math? Like, she's like, 1591, she becomes a nun. 1597, so she's age 22.
Okay.
She has been there for a while. She's like teaching and doing well. So her apartment, she's now sharing with two sisters, Sister Octavia and Sister Benedetta. Now, that is when she meets Giovanni Paolo Ossio, a neighbor of the monastery. She becomes aware of a sexual relationship between him and one of her students and admonishes him in public. He gets so mad and embarrassed, he takes revenge by murdering a De Leyva tax agent, Malteno.
This escalated very quickly.
Wait, like, what?
He's like, you don't talk to me that way. Stab random.
Random stranger stab attack.
Well, it was part of her family. I'm like, this is some like...
You think she gives a fuck about those dudes in her family?
I know.
Though? Like, she's like,
keep on keeping on.
You did me a favor, actually.
Yeah.
Thanks. I'll give you the address of where my dad lives if you don't mind. Right. While you're at it.
Yeah.
Well, no one can prove he did it, and he also happens to come from a powerful family, so his mom helps him get out of trouble.
Oh, mommy? Is this Urkel's mom?
Yes.
Stepped in?
Exactly.
Is it Satan?
Giovanni, though, is now obsessed with Sis. He's like, nobody talks to me this way.
I think it's hot.
I think it's super sexy. So he decides to woo her.
I'm sorry, you just murdered somebody.
He's like, I'm so mad. I murder. He stands.
You just stab my wall.
Stands in his garden and just stares at the monastery.
Oh my!
There is nothing worse than having a murderer stare at you from the garden. Like, absolutely not.
And so she'd be like, glance out the window, and he's just like always there staring.
No,
somebody do something about this.
What in the psycho mom is happening?
No, no, you're not gonna John Cusack all over my fucking
No.
So then he's not really getting a response, so he turns to a priest to Cyrano de Bergerac some letters for him. So he gets a priest to fucking write love letters, and that finally like does the trick.
Honey.
So he finally gets to meet her.
The power of notes.
I mean, this goes on for like a while, like almost a year of like courtship, and they finally get to meet in the parlor and they get down. She feels so much guilt about it.
They
but yeah,
okay.
But also like a little bit of like,
of course,
I like this. And
she's a 22-year-old woman who has not fucked.
Exactly. Yeah. She's like,
she got herself a taste.
God hates it, but I like it.
I like that you murder for me.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you know, what's a little murder in 1500s?
You're actually right. True. Yeah, it's like, what's life even? Like, how much value does it really have?
I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure like 8-year-olds murder, and like back in those days, they're just like, ah.
Yeah.
So it took a lot of like coordination to get her over to his place. So Giovanni decides it's going to be so much easier if he just gets a blacksmith to make him keys to the convent and keys to her room.
Yeah, I mean, if you just go
ahead and... what the fuck is happening?
1500s is what's happening.
Yeah.
All of this makes me so deeply uncomfortable.
1500s is what's happening.
Yeah. I hate it.
So he gets to come and go as he please out of her room that she doesn't.
What is the Mother Superior doing here? Is she just like, excuse me, could you not?
Exactly. That's the thing, is the Mother Superior is actually kind of below Sister Virginia and socially. So even though that gets commented on later, is that she is called haughty by some of the other sisters because she was wealthy, and she was like, yeah, no, I don't feel like doing that. I'm going to do this. Like, or I've got these other jobs to do. You know what I mean? Where she just like wouldn't listen to Mother Superior, she was not obedient for sure. So yeah, basically, Dude Face gets to come and go as he pleases, which, by the way, her apartment is not on her own. She does live with two other people. So
they have to scandalized.
They have to
listening to them just bang.
Right. And, this goes on for a while. And eventually, like, he bangs them too.
Wait, what? No. Wait, what?
Oh, yeah.
No. Yeah. We just got a room full of nuns fucking.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No. I don't.
I can't.
This is a falsehood. This is fake news. Christina, come in here. Story she made up.
I swear to God, no, I did not make up this story. There are like Italian court. There are Renaissance paintings about this.
Shut up.
You can look up Nun of Monza.
I probably saw this shit at the Getty when I went.
Yeah,
they probably have it on display.
It's beautiful.
Oh, I bet it is.
Her oil painted that Tinder thing. I'm like,
you swipe on it.
Yeah, I'd swipe. She looks good.
So
he's got a room full of nuns willing to get down. Things are good for Giovanni. He's feeling it.
I bet.
So in 1602, she ends up getting pregnant, gives birth, but the baby is stillborn. Then in 1603, she gives birth again to a daughter named Alma, who she sends to live with Giovanni. He's like, yep, this is my girl. This is my daughter. And takes her over to the room to hang out with her mom. So, like, literally having a full-blown on, like, how do you hide a pregnant
family?
Yeah, exactly. So, obviously now, mouths are flapping. Rumors are circulating. Because I'm like, they're being pretty blatant about it.
This shit happened hundreds of years ago, and all of us are like, what?
I'm scandalized.
We're scandalized right now. Yeah.
So she is starting to wear on this, like, she's like, this really isn't right. Like, I need to get over you. Like, this isn't right. So
Honey, you're like 2 pregnancies too late.
I know. She turns to corpophagia, which is the practice of collecting and eating his feces.
Okay. All right. Well,
she
Cassie didn't even get out of her chair. She's just sliding across the hallway. Oh. No, she's gone. And she's gone.
Yes.
And so is her chair. So we're done.
We're done. Yes. She had read somewhere, or there was a common remedy back then. If you wanted to get over somebody, you would eat their shit. Because then
somebody else is the rules.
Them's the rules.
Them's the rules. You want to get over somebody, you don't want to be in love with them anymore, eat their shit.
Who the fuck? Somebody came up with that as a joke, and people took it and fucking ran with it. Some goddamn scientist, quote unquote, some doctor, some old timey 1500s doctor was like, "This is a thing," just for shits and giggles to see what would happen.
So she drank it as a tea, and then would use it as a seasoning for her liver and onions. You can't eat poop, even in the 1500s.
Especially not in the 1500s. That's Black Plague shit. I hate this.
We're in the middle of a pandemic globally right now, and you're just talking about just sprinkling it on your liver.
Drinking it as a tea. Like, sip. Ooh, this is hot. Like, blow on it. You know? Like, what is going on? Oh, okay.
Wait.
Sorry.
How is she getting this shit?
Dude, how are they doing any of this stuff at this point? I'm sure she's sending, like, one of the fucking other chicks over there, like, go over and get his shit.
If he's coming to visit, like, they had chamber pots. So
yeah,
I'm sure he's
exactly.
just shitting in a chamber pot, and then she's just like...
She's like, no. I'll take care of it.
Keep it.
I got it.
I got it.
I'm going to take care of this.
Don't worry. Under her bed, it's just like chamber pots. Chamber pots.
So much poop. So... 1606, sis finally messes up. Okay,
I think she's already messed up. She's messed up so hard. How is she okay?
No,
like every time
this story is.
I How is she okay? When I watch like My Strange Addiction and they're like, yeah, I've been drinking my own pee for like 3 years. I'm like, how are you all right? Like, I don't understand how your body didn't just shut down on you.
Yeah. You're not supposed to eat stuff that your body got rid of. That's why it's on the outside of your body now. Your body's like, I don't want that anymore. Also, here's some more other gross things that I added to it. So, yeah, don't eat your body crumbs is what we're saying.
Right.
Yes. So sis messes up and gets pisses off this new nun. Her name's Sister Katerina. She's like,
Sister Katerina is not here for this shit.
No, she's literally not having it. She's like, you can't treat me like this.
I will not allow it.
I will not allow it.
That's what she needed.
You are doing this, 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 and this.
That's what bullies need. They need they need a Sister Katerina to come along and be like, not today. Absolutely not.
Unfortunately for Sister Katerina, Sis V goes running to Gio and is like, we're going to get caught. And he's like, no, we're not. And he straight up decapitates Katerina, throws her head down the well, buries her body under the chicken coop, and then makes Sis V like put a hole in the monastery wall, which made me think of like the Kool-Aid Man or something. And then they tell everybody like, oh, she must have run off.
What's the hole for?
For her to escape from
escape
plan, which, like I said, makes me think of like the Kool-Aid. Like, what is she like?
She like Shawshank Redemption herself. Like,
she pretended that she Shawshanked Redemption.
Yeah, they were like she was unhappy and she left or whatever. So everyone's like, well, that's kind of weird. But this sends Gio off the deep end. He's like, you know what? The rumors are going around. Time to close up shop. So he fucking murders the blacksmith that made the keys for him.
Cover up that evidence. You got a daughter, though. You got like hard proof.
Right.
He murders a druggist that had supplied them with like birth control for a while. I mean, obviously unsuccessfully.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't get murdered sooner.
And then he tries to murder the two other sisters, Ottavia and Benedetta, which they're able to escape. So finally, like, the town is going banana sandwich. They're like, this is a nunnery. This is very uncool. Like,
thank you. I think that's the understatement.
Be uncool.
You guys, stop being so uncool.
So finally, Cardinal Federico intervenes from Milan and arrests them both. Giovanni is able to escape to Palazzo Taverna. So he's like, cool, deuces. Like, they're like, no trial or anything. They're like, you're guilty of murder. And he escapes from prison, and they're like, we're going to sentence you to death. And he's like, okay, bye. And he goes to this beautiful palace where his friends are all there. They're like, yeah, come in. They take him into the basement, and they beat him to death with sticks.
Oh my God. Man, goddamn. The 1500s were savage. Savage.
I was like, Jesus. I'm like writing this stuff out. I'm like
they did not play. They were not here to fuck around.
This was also like, let's play Inquisition, because that's what happens next to the priest and to Sis V. The priest that like wrote all the love letters, they're like, so why don't you tell us everything that was going on in the convent? And they like torture them for months, Spanish Inquisition style. So they finally
get very popular, in vogue at this time.
Very, yes,
super in vogue.
So they're finally convicted, and Sis V's punishment is wild. She was sentenced to be walled into the convent.
What?
She got an Elizabeth Bathory situation happening here.
What?
Yeah.
In a 4 by 9 foot blank like box, pretty much, with a little slit in it that they can shove food through.
They did the same thing to Elizabeth Bathory. They were like, she's got too much clout. She's noble blood. We can't just execute her.
Right.
So we will wall her in and just feed her like once a day or whatever.
Yep.
In the dark, in a hole.
And so that's where she was for 13 years.
No. How? No.
Until she finally was deemed repentant.
Honey,
And she ended up staying at that convent until her death in 1650. So she lived to be 75 years old.
How do you recover from 13 years in isolation?
Wow.
And apparently when she was out, she was literally like everyone was like, she is the holiest.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, I bet that
she is the holiest.
She's like, that fucking wasn't worth it, was it? No,
Yeah.
it wasn't.
No, it was
and
not.
she like helped so many, like that specific convent was actually one that was like, they walled her into one for fallen women or whatever. So she spent all that time after her death, like helping a lot of like sex workers.
Do not go astray.
She's like,
don't do it.
look at me.
Don't do it.
Oh, man.
Eat this poop.
Where's her daughter? What happened to her daughter?
I did not see.
Wow.
I didn't see what happened to her daughter. I'm
Certain
sure.
family, probably.
He did. Giovanni did officially claim her as his illegitimate daughter, so I'm sure
She was
it's
probably
with
raised
her.
by his
somebody's
family.
family.
Yeah, probably.
And
Wow.
the story was so dramatic and so big at the time that a very important author named Manzoni wrote a book called The Betrothed. Yeah, The Betrothed. And he basically ripped off this whole story, like told it word for word, just changed her name to Gertrude and his name to Eggio. So, and it became so popular in the Renaissance. There's several different paintings of both of them. The most famous one being called the Nun of Monza. And it also is so prevalent, this story in Italian culture, that it inspired a whole genre of movies called nunsploitation in the 70s.
Nunsploitation.
Where they were like
Nuns
pornos,
getting down?
pretty
Oh,
much.
God.
Of like
shit.
repressed nuns getting it all over the place. So
Wow. That was the most wild
there you go.
story.
I think
Great
you win.
job.
You win.
Wow. I'm shooketh.
Shook it.
On a deep,
Well, now what do I
deeply
do?
shook. Deeply shook.
Now what do I do next time?
I don't know. I'm going next, so
I know.
I mean, fuck, dude. I don't know how I'm supposed to follow that. That's
Dude.
Yikes.
intense.
But yeah, why I don't eat poop is the moral of the story. That
don't do many things. There were mistakes were made throughout the entire
whole
story.
thing. Yeah.
Missteps happened throughout that whole situation.
Yes.
Wow. Wow.
So what are we watching?
Cool. Well.
Where do we go from here? Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So I've been watching two different things. So I started The Outsider on HBO.
Oh, I want to see that.
I like it. It is very Stephen King-y in that, like, very weird, unnerving. There's definitely something supernatural going on here.
What's that dude? Mendelsohn? Ben Mendelsohn? Is that his name?
I think
the
so.
main guy that was
who's
in
like
Bloodline.
the detective,
Yeah.
dude. Yeah, I think so.
He's
and
so
then Jason Bateman, of course, and it's and Cynthia Erivo is great in it. She's amazing.
Awesome.
I love her. So yeah, it's good. It's dark. It's of course very, very dark. So I've been watching that, and then like in my downtime, like sometime when I have like, I've got like nothing going on right now at work, I started watching. It just makes me so happy. It's like, I don't know. I started watching Robert Welch's makeup videos. He's a makeup artist, like a licensed makeup artist.
Oh yeah.
And so he'll watch like YouTubers or like Instagrammers do their makeup, and then he'll critique it. But he's
Amazing.
so nice about it. It's not.
Right.
It's not ever about like them as
not
people.
slamming,
He's
right.
never attacking them. He's just like, this is why I wouldn't do it this way. Like this, like he's like giving tips on like better ways to do it, or like why like a lot of these fads are. And the way he talks, he's English. I don't know where he's from, but his accent is so soothing to me.
I'm so
it's like,
looking these up.
it's like therapy. To me.
Like
It's
mine.
like, it's like, yeah, like David Attenborough. It's so soothing, and I started like incorporating some of his tricks, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel like my makeup looks better. Like, I think,
wow.
yeah. So I'm like, yeah, I've just been. He's been making me happy on YouTube. So
Shit, well, good
check
to know.
him out.
I want to check that out.
Cassie, have you seen the ones where they like have like hairdressers like critiquing people cutting their own hair?
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
they make
No,
me
it's
laugh
the mailman
so
take a
much.
walk on his day off. No, absolutely not.
They're fun to watch. Like, yeah. They're like, we're going to see this person try and platinum dye their hair over box black. Let's see what happens.
There's I think I've talked about it on the podcast before, the linguist
Oh,
that does the movie accents or whatever.
Oh, I love him.
I love him.
Do you know what I did? Do you know what
What's
I did last night? Oh, I can't remember his name, but there's part of their series. They have a whole series. What I did last night was make Anthony watch the guy who worked at the CDC break down like pandemics in movies and like what's real and what's not in movies.
Oh my God, that's
And there's
frightening.
one that I think you would really like, Cassie, where there's like the ex-chief chief of disguise at the CIA breaks down like spy movies and like what's real and what's not. It's really cool. Yeah, it's really cool.
I love that whole series.
Me too.
Well, speaking of that, actually reminded me of something I did watch this week, which is called Spy Games. Chris and I got into like a weird spiral. He accidentally watched the rest of a Below Deck with me. Accidentally, because I started watching it and he's like, wait, so blah 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 blah. That's the kind
and
where we're eating dinner.
I fucking love it. I love it when that happens because you're like, now's my moment. When they start to ask questions and you're like, let me pause and tell you exactly what's happening right now. I will get you sucked into this.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
now we're together on this journey.
So Chris accidentally watched the last season of Below Deck with me. I'd had it on record and hadn't watched it forever. So, and then I saw these commercials for Spy Game. So we started watching Spy Game like a week ago, and it's terrible.
What is it?
It's a game show. Well, not kind of like a game show. Like they compete, and they live in a house. They compete, and they compete to be spies. It's like. Fucking cool.
That sounds fun though.
Yeah, it is so fun. It was like, this is stupid and also want to be on
I cannot stop watching it. Yeah.
I just finished Love is Blind this week. I do have a glorious weekend if I don't have to work of just binging crazy stuff.
With my ex.
Yeah, just whatever I want. I'm going to put on sweatpants and just be lazy and
Now's
completely disgusting because I'm on my own for this weekend. So I'm like going to be the grossest Christina I can be.
You're not going to come over tonight and play games? We're not going to.
We'll see. We'll see. I have a glorious opportunity to like have my period in peace.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Like when Anthony was out of town last week, the freedom of just being like, you know what I'm gonna do? Just leave my trash. Like I was just like, I just left shit on the counter. I was like, I'm not even. I was like, I can clean it up whenever because it's not like I'm responsible for anybody else's feelings right now.
Exactly. I do not have to be my best self. I can just let it all
let it ride
out.
Let it ride.
So,
yeah.
Well, if you've got stuff that we should watch, if you've got suggestions, you want to reach out to us, go to our one-stop shop of a website at myworstatepodcast.com. We really appreciate you guys listening, and we hope that everybody is washing their hands, staying calm, being nice to everybody else.
Don't go crazy with the toilet paper. You only need so much.
Exactly.
You really do.
And just like we're sending you a virtual hug right now.
Yeah,
so,
not a physical hug.
Not a physical one.
Keep that 6 feet barrier.
Yeah, exactly. Social
I'll give you an
distancing.
elbow bump.
Exactly. And we love you guys.
Cheers.